Fundamental right, the bedrock of Indian democracy. So, fundamental rights are contained in the Part 3 of the Indian Constitution and inspired by the Bills of Rights of USA, known as the Magna Carta of India. Purpose: the purpose of the fundamental right is to protect the liberty, freedom of the citizen against the arbitrary state action and to promote the ideal of political democracy. So, there are six fundamental rights that are we are going to read one by one. So first is right to equality under article 14 to 18, right to freedom article 19 to 22, right against exploitation under article 23 to 24, right to freedom of religion article 25 to 28, cultural and educational right under article 29 to 30, right of constitutional remedies article 32. Remember this thing, the right to property article 31 is removed from the fundamental rights. Now it is a legal right under the article 300A and it is removed by the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act of 1978. So the first is right to equality under article 14 to 18. So first one is under article 14, right to equality, equality before the law and equal protection of law. Means everyone in the eye of law is equal, no matter of their religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth, and what are their economical status as well. So, the next right is Article 15, prohibition of discrimination, discrimination on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. So, Article 16, equality of opportunity in the matter of public employment, and article 17, abolition of untouchability, article 18, abolition of titles except military or academic titles. So the next fundamental right is right to freedom, article 19 to 22. So article 19, the six freedoms are given under the article 19. So the first one is freedom to speech and expression, freedom to assemble, freedom to make associations, freedom to move throughout the India, freedom to residence, reside in any part of the country, freedom to practice any profession. Now, Article 21, protection of life and personal liberty. The most significant right under the fundamental right is Article 21, protection of life and personal liberty. And Article 21A, right to education, free and compulsory education for the age of children's 6 to 14. So the next right is Article 22, protection against the arrest and detention in certain cases. And the next fundamental right is right against exploitation. It contained in the article 23 and 24. So article 23 talks about the prohibition of human trafficking and forced labor, beggar, and article 24 talks about the prohibition of employment of children under the age of 14 in factories, mines, or hazardous places or hazardous activities. The goal of the to right against exploitation is to protect the dignity of an individual and safeguard the vulnerable. Means the weaker section of society or the weaker person, to protect the vulnerable and maintain the dignity of each and every individual. So next fundamental right is right to freedom of religion. Right to freedom of religion are contained in the article 22, 25 to 28. So the first is article 25, freedom of concise and free profession, practice and prorogation of religion. Means you can choose any profession and practice through that. Nobody is going to stop you from doing that. So article 26, freedom to manage religious affair. Everyone is free to manage their own religious affair. Nobody is going to establish restrictions on their religious affair if they are not violating the India's democracy and dignity of our country and sovereignty. So next is article 27, freedom from payment of taxes for promotion of any religion. Article 28, from attending religious instructions. Means any institution or educational institution which is wholly or partially maintained by the state fund cannot give any specific religion instructions to the children who are studying there. So the right to freedom of religion, if we come to this, though India is a secular state and it has no official state religion and treat all the religion equally. Hence, follow the positive secularism. Positive secularism means if some religion or any of the religion is violating any person's fundamental right and creating issue to their dignity, sovereignty, and their freedom, they then the state can take action against that particular religion, that particular activity. And next is educational and cultural rights. So these are article 19, 29, and 30. Article 29, protection of interest of minority language, script, and cultural preservation. And article 30, right of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions. So article 30 talks about the right to manage and establish and administer the educational institution. Minorities here means the person who are in the very less number in our country. So the cultural and educational right importance is that to ensure the melting point of the Indian culture, preserve its diverse ingredients. Because India is a diverse country, we see a lot of religion and lot of practices of religion that exist in India. So the article, look over here that we are directly jumping from 30 to 32 because article 31 is no more a fundamental right, it is a legal right under article 300A by the Constitutional Amendment Act of 44 in the year 1978. In the year 1978, as you can look over here. So the next and is Article 32, right to constitutional remedies. It is the heart and soul of the Indian democracy. This is said by the Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. Its function is to protect the any person's fundamental right that are violated or violating by any of the institute, organization, or even by the government. So Supreme Court under this article has the right to issue writs, and at the same the High Court has the power to issue writs under Article 226. So there are five writs that we are going through one by one. So the first one is habeas corpus, to have the body. It ensures the individual liberty against lawful, unlawful detention. And the next is mandamus, we command, order a public officer authority to perform the duty they failed to do so. Prohibition, to forbid, preventive in nature, issued by a superior court to lower court to prevent the latter from exceeding the jurisdiction. The next is certitio, to be certified, curative in nature, and issued by a higher court to transfer a case pending in the lower court order if it acted beyond its jurisdiction. And next and last is quo warranto, by what authority challenges a person's right to hold the office. So these are the writs that are issued by the Supreme Court under Article 32 and by the High Court under Article 226. So the conclusion is the fundamental rights are not absolute, means they have reasonable restrictions in the matter of emergency. So, and if it is come to the case of India's sovereignty, democracy, so they are justifiable but are enforceable by court. And supreme sorry fundamental right are not absolute, means they can have reasonable restrictions when time comes. And remember this thing, freedom is not a gift, it is a right. Thank you.